Alright, so shockingly enough, yeah, Netmarble did go and give us a response. We now have the official response on the issues that came from the newest update, and it's in good time in my opinion. They took a day or two. First they had to iron out the bugs in the entire update, and then they could get back to the improvements. So today we have some information, and they did kind of acknowledge the player base, and let's see what they kind of come from this. Again, what I want to say is, Netmarble is a company, if you played Grand Cross, a game that I covered for, 2 years now? It's a game that they've done very well on, but they've also messed up. They've messed up a lot. Usually when they mess up, they listen. When players have like a big issue, they listen, all right? If it's an issue that they really can't do much with, they won't, but most of the time they do acknowledge it, all right? And they try their best to backpedal and fix it as much as they can. Again, yes, there are some issues that are still apparent, but whatever it is, out of most companies go tone deaf. They're like, you know what? I don't care what you have to say. So I would say that above all of them, Netmarble does listen, but they have to do great on the improvements and in good time, correct? Sometimes they do make promises that they don't always keep. Here, I hope that this is more of the chance that we'll fix it soon. That's what I hope that this means, right? But let's jump into it. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's hop over there and let's check it out. We're always looking for valuable feedback. And again, this was just published literally a few minutes ago. They say we're always looking for valuable feedback from our regulars, whether it's through our official forum, Discord channel, customer service, and various other platforms. We are sorry for any inconveniences that our regulars have experienced in the game since we went live, and for any improvements you've suggested, we apologize for not being able to provide quick fixes and guidance. We understand that you are frustrated by the lack of concrete guidance on what's going on, even though we are discussing the gaps and improvements our regulars have mentioned. We are looking at a variety of improvements, and while we are unable to make every improvement at once, we'll keep you updated on the progress. First, let's talk about the most talked topics, communications, and events. All right? First up, vacation event. We apologize for disappointing our regulars with our first vacation event, which was intended to be an enjoyable seasonal event. We've reviewed a variety of suggestions, such as check-in events and mission rewards, and reflected on the areas where we were lacking or did not consider. Check-in events and mission rewards? I mean, those mainly weren't the issues, right? More so that you should give more of the currency that is the premium currency, if you will. For future events, we'll be taking several steps to ensure the appropriate rewards levels in place, and we've taken into account the progression for the game for our regulars. We'll be more mindful how you can participate in events to ensure that multiple avenues to participate through different ways of playing. Okay, more so it's the pay-to-win event, right? The pay-to-win event is terrible, and that's the main thing, that's the issue. The rewards also, it's like you just paid $900 to get to the stuff. So if they're talking about that, then maybe it makes sense. But beyond that, the main issue is the entire gachapon. That's the main issue that people are mad about, correct? Let's move on. Summon teammates rates. We've got a number of different feedbacks on the experiences with summon rates. This is an important part of the collectible genre game, and we want to ensure there's no misunderstanding or confusion. As mentioned in the first dev notes, the rates have remained the same since the release, without any arbitrary modifications or issues due to errors. We are constantly checking and reviewing the summoning rates, and will try to provide frequent information on the published rates and actual rates to ensure all regulars are satisfied. In addition, we're looking for more ways to improve the SSR Plus tier that is based solely on chance, so that we can preserve the fun nature of collecting teammates through summons. So instead of making it by chance, they're probably going to give you some sort of new pity system. That's what they're trying to say here, right? So they're improving the part that is based on chance, right? So like the luck of pulling stuff. So this could be an actual great change. If they make it where you can guarantee the character, like at the 200 mark, it's going to take a while to get there. Let us pick the character at least. That is like the best way to do it. Or give us 4 or 5 refreshers. Simply put, right? It genuinely, that is the case. It can't be based on chance. If you're trying to pull a new character, you're never going to pull that new character. It's going to be impossible. It's a 1 in a 7 chance. Yeah, it's a 1 in a 7 chance 2 times, but that doesn't matter. It's bullcrap, right? So definitely the case, but again, they're basically saying that we'll try to get back to you on it. Again, Netmarble was the CEO also giving you an answer, but not really helping, right? Most companies just dodge it. Netmarble responds to it and tries to do something, but most of the time they don't do something. Correct? So yeah, I'm pretty shocked that again they did this with the first update. Usually Netmarble keeps their game okay for the first month and then screws it up. It's only been like a few weeks and we got it screwed up already. Next up, content reward. Check-in reward upgraded revamp. In the case of check-in rewards, we received a lot of feedback from regulars, so we immediately started reorganizing. We are working and rewarding regulars who have come to enjoy the game every day with a variety of rewards. We'll be revamping this in the next build and periodically offer check-in events for logging into the game. Loot and content reward. We are looking at feedback on the availability of various in-game items and content rewards. We've been working on a number of things before launch to get it to where it is now, but the end result is that certain content, such as the arena, is lacking, which makes it a lackluster reward. So yes, if you've seen arena, it pays you out pennies, literally pennies. It's like 400 gems a week. Bro, what? It's a multi's 3,000. What are you paying us? Like PvP is dog crap. That alliance mode with the guilds, that pays you out an insane amount. But this does not pay you anything. So I do think that needs a big adjustment. They need to rework the entire system of arena. It has to be at least 2 to 3 times what the amount is, right? Like at the arena that I'm in, I'm getting 450, 500 gems. That is nothing in comparison to what you should be getting, right? Grand Cross PvP pays you out. And again, I know I keep comparing it. They're 2 separate games. One's an kind of idle RPG, if you will. Idle game versus an RPG in a way. But I still think that game is very free-to-play friendly. And in this one, it's a lot less. And again, it's NETMARBLE's making a lot of money with these new games. They definitely could at least let the summon rates be a little bit better. Whatever it is, Nikkei gives you less summons, but easier chance to pull a character at higher rates and stuff like that. So again, to each their own, it's just you're losing out on a core aspect of the gacha in this game. Yes, you're getting multis, but you're losing the rate. The rate is dog crap, being an SSR Plus character, right? So you need either to compensate the rate or compensate the gems. It has to be one of those things, or both, if we're lucky, right? But again, that's what has to happen. So, moving forward, we are also looking into loot rewards that are tied to adventure progression, and our goal is to make it fun to climb the tower with continuous adventure mode updates, rather than having loot sections that become unbearably long. Okay, that's about correct. We apologize that we're unable to give you a clear answer right away, but we'll get back to you soon when we have more information. Hopefully when they get back to us, they either double or triple the PvP payout per week, because that payout is not that good. It really isn't, okay? It should be 1,000 a week, which will make it basically a multi a month, okay? That is what it should be. And that's, again, my league currently, which I'm not too far ahead, I would say. I would definitely say I'm a little bit ahead maybe of some players. Not too far ahead, but maybe some whales are on top and kind of ahead of me, but I'm not too far off. So for how much I played, I think it's well worth at least a multi a month, honestly, right? Honestly. So moving forward, improvements in centralizing channels for suggestions. We want to improve the channels to hear feedback and get more directly feedback as possible, right? We will unify the current fragmented parts of the official forums and Discord to make it easier for you to communicate your feedback and have it quickly checked and reflected. So, pretty good. We will start working on this immediately and provide more details as we progress. Update roadmap and plans. We are working on organizing various things so we can give you a heads up about future updates like we did in our first dev notes. We've been preparing for and developing multiple issue fixes and updates concurrently since opening, so we're sorry we didn't give you a notice or more notice. We'll have more to announce to you in September. So in September, we'll probably get some sort of roadmap and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. But again, they are giving us a response, right? Majority of companies will just walk away and say nothing about a lot of the stuff. Again, they didn't really tackle much, and they said, we'll get it to you soon. That is something that NETMARBLE does do often, where they say, we'll get back to you, and we'll kind of try our best with it. I would say ignore everything. Let's put this aside. Let's say screw the gacha. A lot of games have gachas. A lot of games have that additional element of a lucky draw, which always is terrible. Let's ignore that. The big killer to this game will be pulling an SSR Plus in the future. Let's say the most hyped SSR Plus in the world drops for this game, and nobody can pull him. Literally, I'd say like 5% of players can pull him. 5% of players can pull the character because it's a 0.29 rate, and it's going to keep dropping. That rate is going to keep dropping as more characters release, right? So it'll be like it was what, a 0.34, then it's going to be a 0.22 or 0.25, then 2.3, then whatever. It just keeps dropping, right? Which it's going to happen as you fill up that roster with more SSR pluses. Either that base rate needs to go up or whatever. It's going to be bad. It genuinely is, right? So other than adding a pity or giving a big rate up when the character first release, that's it. That's the only two options, actually. There's no in between. It's either give a pity at 200 to get the character, separate the banner and give that character on rate up, or on that same banner, just give the character a triple rate or a double rate for the launch event for 2 weeks. Correct? Like, that's like the best idea you can ever do, in my opinion, right? And again, it's not that people are gonna have to still whale to get the character, so they're still gonna make their money. It's just, it's impossible to pull VIOLE. And if it's a character that you're hyping up like that, it's an SSR Plus, there's no hype to a character that will take you months and months and months to pull, and theoretically, you can never pull the character. Like, theoretically, you can never pull VIOLE, right? I can, like, have the worst luck in the world, and this is me for a different game, which is Nikkei. there is no way to get a character guaranteed, right? One character that I'm still missing till this day is a character named Noah, which is like she's the SSR plus in that game, if you will, and I still haven't pulled that character, and I'm miserable. Like I have the entire SSR plus roster in that game, but I don't have that character. So even if I keep going this game continuously and forever, I'll never get that character. That was a launch character, right? In this game, it's different. VIOLE is a character that's a brand new banner character, right? And you can't guarantee that. That doesn't sound right, correct? Because you're hyping up updates. As that progresses, what happens then? It's going to be the entire point that I'll never get hyped for a big banner for this game because I'll never get the character. I have no pity. I have nothing like that. That is a terrible decision. Yes, I love it that my standard characters can always get a rate up, and they can get a very good rate up. A 1.8 rate up is like higher than at least majority of gacha games, right? 4.7 base with a 1.8, that's pretty good. Now, 0.029 is less than majority of gacha games, right? So yeah, on one spectrum, a great change, or a great rate, and then the other spectrum, complete shaft. Like, you know what I mean? Sounded mad still saying that, but you know what I mean, right? So moving forward, that's all I got for you. So hopefully you enjoyed that quick little talk here about the newest changes and stuff. They are listening, but are they going to act on those changes? We'll have to find that out in the future dev notes or a future blog. Again, I would recommend that if you have any grievances with the game, let them know. Go talk to them on the forum. Let them know in the Discord, actually. Whatever it is, the mods are kind of listening to the feedback, and they are taking it into consideration. Because they did, when they said that we'll give you a response soon, everyone was like, okay, so next week you give us a response, right? But they did kind of hit us with this right away, so I am pretty happy to see that. Definitely in comparison to a lot of games, they don't listen. It's just they listened and they heard you, but will they act on what they've heard? That's the thing we have to find out, right? But yeah, at the end of the day, NETMARBLE does do it. NETMARBLE has done it for Grand Cross many times over, but will they give the adequate changes? That's what we'll have to find out. They have listened, they have done changes, but were they always adequate? Not always, but most of the time they were, so we'll find out. Again, this is why I liked this game originally, because whatever it is, NETMARBLE is not terrible with Grand Cross. I have played some bad games, okay? There are some bad companies out there, really, and NETMARBLE usually isn't the worst, but they do suck a lot of the time. It's true, they do suck a lot of the time, but hopefully they got this. I'm gonna cope. That's why I haven't quit yet. I'm gonna cope.